Every hive has an origin.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Transformers 1, B-127, or Bumblebee. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have, again, some nice artwork. Loving the artwork on these boxes. So we got some nice artwork there of B in both of his modes, Studio Series, Transformers 1, B-127 / Bumblebee. On this side, we just have the rest of the picture. He has a Deluxe class de lujo. On this side, Bumblebee, B-127 Bumblebee, Transformers 1 on top, Transformers 1 on the bottom, worst thing stuff. On the back of the box, we have your obligatory product shots, little screenshot there from the movie, and your little read-up if you want to read it in multiple languages. Hooray for languages, and that's basically it for the packaging. Then, moving right along, here we have a B-127, a.k.a. Bumblebee, a.k.a. BADASSATRON. He really is. But this is B, as he appeared in Transformers 1. And here he is in his robot mode. He is packed in robot mode. And a pretty nicely done figure here. Let's get in close so we can take a look now at that bumble belly, at that bumble noggin. There it is. So very nice head sculpt. I think that looks quite good. Nice silver for the face. And a nice bright blue for the eyes. Got a little bit of gunmetal gray there on the sides. He does have kind of a big chest. My only real qualm about this is just kind of the chest a little too big there, but you can see the headlights there. Picked out in that, what they used to call all spark blue. You got some bits of gunmetal gray here. Would have been nice to have a little bit of paint there on the forearms there just to pick out those details, but we have some down here on the knees. No toesies, the bumble boots. Got a little bit of that gunmetal gray trim around the edges there. Going at the back, got the bumble booty. Little back panel there, but all in all, pretty clean. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm going to tell you. So the head, I believe, is on a ball joint. You get a little bit of wiggly-waggly, a little bit of up, a little bit of down. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. Can move in and out. You can also kind of shift the arms down if you need them to. You do have bicep rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. You do have like inward and outward movement, but that's due to transformation, but there's no rotation there. You do have waist rotation. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, outward that far. You got thigh rotation. 90 degrees of bend there at the knee, the feet. Well, if you undo this section, they can move up. They can move down a lot. No rotation, but you do have lots of ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, we get a blaster here. And this is the blaster they were all using throughout the movie. Just done in a dark gray. You get that. You get a pair of Bumble Blasters. Done the yellow. The barrel's done in a nice silver. These look quite nice. We get a pair of Bumble Blades. Again, done in that all spark blue. Very simple. And that is all you get with B. Now, as far as storage, you can store everything on his person. This blaster here will plug into his butt. Just plug it in right there. As far as the blasters, you take these, and they just tab into his back right here. The blades tab into the blasters themselves. And then you just plug it there. And there you have your storage. Hooray for storage. And, of course, you can wield the big old blaster there. Then you can take the Bumble Blasters and just plug them into his hands. Like so. And now he has knife hands! And are the weapons Blush compatible? No, they're not. None of the weapons are Blush compatible. They're not. There's no Blushing to be had. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with the YOLO Park. B, which obviously is way more screen accurate, but, you know, when it has to work in real life at a deluxe price point, this is pretty much the best we're going to get, but yeah, just so you can see how that works out. And here he is with the mainline B, so you can see how these two fare against one another. And honestly, this figure, not a bad figure. I actually like the chest a little bit better on this one because it's not as bulky as the one in the Studio Series version, but, you know, different strokes for different folks. Here he is with Alpha Trion, with the mainline Sentinel. I still haven't found the Studio Series version, still hunting for that one. And last but not least, here he is with the Studio Series Prime and Megs. You can see how they all look together. They look good together, so there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take his head, rotate it 180. Now we're going to open up his forearm, and then take the hand and rotate it in. Close it back up. Then we can take the arm, just rotate it in. Second verse is like the first. Open. Flip in, close up, rotate in. Then we want to come back here. We just want to untab this panel and then bring up this panel here. Now you're going to take the chest, untab it, bring it up and over his head. This little panel right here, I'm just going to flip that in. And now we will just take this panel, bring it down, and it will just snap into place and complete all that. And now for the legular region, we're going to start off by rotating the heel piece in. Now we're going to bring the foot down, and then we're going to untab this whole calf section basically, and swing all this around. And there'll be a tab slot connection that happens right there, so just bring that up, tab that in. Second verse is like the first. Rotate that heel in, toe down, bring all this up and over, tab that in. So you got it looking like that. So now you want to take the legs and you want to rotate them up. And at this point, you can tab everything together. So you have little cross tabs right there. Feet will clip together. And now that you've done that, this entire waist assembly, all of this is going to rock down and meet up with that section right there. And the last thing we're going to do is just collapse the arms up. It helps if you drop the shoulder down at this hinge. Then you can just kind of push all this up. And what's going to happen is there's a tab on his forearm here. It's going to go into a slot right there. So you want to get all that lined up. Get that dropped in. And then there's a little tab slot connection that happens right here on the side. And that will just close all of that up. So on the other side, just collapse that arm up. Get that tabbed in. Get it lined up. There we go. Oops. Come on. Don't fight me, B. Come on now. There we go. There we go. Get that all nice and squozen like. And there you go. There you have B-127 in his alt mode. Not a bad spin, but there he is in his alt mode. And a nice little Cybertronian vehicle here. I think it looks pretty good. I always have a little bit of issue with the back here, just kind of getting everything just to kind of stay together. Just takes a little bit of finagling, a little bit of fiddling, but there we go. But yeah, oh no. That was quite nice. Nice representation of the alt mode that we saw in the movie. Works quite well. Nice and sleek. Nice getting close. So we can take a look at the details. Again, you got those headlights picked out. That gunmetal gray. Love the gunmetal gray going across the top. That looks real nice. Very, very nice. And you got some nice panel lining here. Again, would be nice to have some of that picked out in paint just to pick out those details. But you got some nice gunmetal gray going across the sides there. Sides of these sections. Oh no, not too shabby. Yeah, there's the top, there's the bottom. Technically visible hair cinch. I mean, it's there. it's there. But he does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with the YOLO Park B. It's the best I can do. Here he is with the mainline B, so you can see how that works out. I'll give you the turnaround here. So you can see who's who, where's what, when's why, and why is how between the two. So there you have that. Here he is with Studio Series Prime and with Studio Series Megs. So there you go. And as far as the accessories go, everything can store on the alt mode. As far as the blasters and knife hands, there are 2 slots right back here. We can just take these and plug them in thusly and thusly. And we got that going on. It actually looks pretty cool. The blaster here, this can just peg onto the side. Not the most elegant, but hey, it's a place to go if you want it to go somewhere. It's storage. Hooray. So there you have B-127. Nicely done figure for the most part. My only qualms is just I think the chest is just too bulky. Also, as always, could use some more paint. But an all-around fun figure. I like the transformation. I like how the legs transform. It's simple but effective. Some clever engineering there. I have my little qualms with him, but for the most part, me likes. So, there you go. Now, I picked this up from Walmart.com. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Studio Series playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Transformers 1 B-127, aka Bumblebee, aka BADASSATRON. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Okay, so since we're all going to be best friends now, what do you think if we have a secret handshake, huh? What do you think? What do you think? Does my fist in your face count as a handshake? Geez, mean streak much? Don't let that get out of hand. No, it's fine, he just gets grumpy.